Hello there, welcome back to the Ottomans. Last time, well, we declared war. We declared war in Castille, and Portugal want to join in the, well, fun. And we're going to continue that next, or today, more or less. Sorry, we weren't going to end this just after 15 seconds, no. We're going to continue the war. The goal there will be to make Portugal yield fast, and the reason for that is we need to call their provinces before we can actually make peace with Castille due to overextension, which is going to be a annoying. It's an annoying fact, but it's a fact, so that's a problem. And also the fact that Castille has set up an army is kind of annoying, and they need to die. So I'm going to hunt them down. And again, it's kind of bad that I have to do this, but I definitely need Portugal out of the picture before I deal with Spain. That is more or less the... No idea why I call them Spain. But I do have to deal with Castille before I can deal with Portugal. This is the deal we were making with Portugal. And as you can see here, it's going to give quite a bit of overextension. And potentially I might actually get a coalition against me here. But we can always hopefully bypass that one way or another. These two provinces will be taken. That will allow me to fabricate claims on everything else I need in Portugal. And that is of course very, very good. But it'll take a little while to pull that off. I'm also pretty sure that the only ones that might actually join here are the French. And the French shouldn't be a problem. They shouldn't be, but I hope they stay out of this. Right now they aren't too big though, so they aren't really a issue. And if I attack while they're at war with England or something like that, I'm pretty sure I can make I can give myself an advantage, so to speak. So for now, I'll just try and get the with Portugal up and running, but it'll still take quite a lot more sieging. We'll see what I can make out of this. So England has the War of the Roses running right now, and that makes them a easy target. We also have a call for peace, so we need to kind of quickly end this, which means that I could potentially have to run with overextension for a little while. Of course, depending on how things go. But I think we can just bypass the call for peace, just ignore it, at least for the time being. We finally have what we needed to make a deal with Portugal, so we'll do just that. There we go. Deal has been made. We have the provinces that we wanted here. And as I said, I kind of have to call the provinces here before I can make anything work. It's going to take about, well, quite a long time, unfortunately. So I'll have to just sit by peacefully and wait. I'll not be going into Coimbra, but we will be keeping troops in the area because we definitely need to protect the provinces. But this should weaken Portugal also economically, which means that if they start colonizing, which they usually do, they mostly start in this area right here. So if I can stop them before they even do that, then we are pretty much well ahead, I dare say. They have one exploration idea. They can't start to go into unknown lands just yet. But I definitely need to get rid of them quickly. And a potential coalition here could definitely set me back really, really good, or really easily, depending on how you want to look at it. But at least we are getting the lands that we need here in the south. I'll not be taking another idea just yet, although it could be it could actually be very good to take that idea, since I will be getting a lot of war exhaustion. Deal with Castille, will it cost me much? I can actually make the deal right now, but it will cost me quite a bit there in overextension too. Yeah, we'll go with this. I'll be overextended for a little while, but it should be fine. But I will wait for the course that I'm currently making to be finished before we do that. So the war will last a little while longer. We'll see if I screw up in the meantime. I've also decided to take Admin Tech 5 here. We should be able to live with that. We're getting quite the Admin Tech influx here. Unfortunately, I did forget to hire a new one. As you can see, it's just too expensive right now to hire a level 2 guy, so we'll leave that open. I can now build temple and constables, which is fairly good, I guess. I can also adopt the provincial government system. Don't really want to do anything that gives me an extra revolt risk, so we'll not be doing that. But I do kind of need to deal with these guys. Well, hopefully quickly rather than slowly, but it doesn't matter right now. No one joined the coalition after I took the lands from Portugal. That is good. We're already fabricating new claims. And also the fact that it's taking some time between the truces here could potentially mean that I'll have an easier time dealing with them. Next time I declare, I'll probably get England as well, but I can fabricate claims on these two, for instance, and make it a little bit easier for myself. We have nationalists on roads of all places. I'll probably just accept. Again, it's not that horrible to accept. I mostly just lose a little bit of prestige and a little bit of money gained in the province. But all in all, it's better to, I think, just sit by and allow things to play out. I should probably also make sure that it's mercenaries that siege these two provinces to save people. But right now it doesn't matter. We march these guys home, and we'll just wait for the time being for the course to finish, and then we'll decide what to do. This is not good news. Portugal has already started colonizing, as you can see. So we definitely need to fight another war in 5 years, and then we'll see. The ruling dynasty defied the rebels. They have a shitty rulers, that's good. But I definitely need to deal with Portugal quickly. So they are definitely a target in the next war, and then we'll be going for the islands. Potentially I'll have to also go for getting the ideas that will allow me to find the islands, more or less. We'll see what I come up with. I've opted for taking the next idea since it makes the cost of reducing war exhaustion a little bit or less. The cost is lessened by 33%. And we'll also reduce the war exhaustion while we're at it. The core production is going pretty well. It's done in February, and then we'll go ahead and annex the Castilian provinces and start fabricating claims on Castile as well. We'll also start the annexation process of Georgia, and probably start fighting a little bit more over there. So I might have to consider transporting one of these armies over there, but I think we'll keep them in Hispania for now, or the Spain area, because we will definitely be fighting a lot here. We'll also most likely try and just fight Portugal and Castile in the beginning. And the reason for that is very simple. I don't want to get more war exhaustion, more aggressive expansion than I need to, and I definitely need to deal with Portugal one way or another. Most likely the way we'll have to deal with them is by going for another war, where we take these three provinces here, and then another war after that where we potentially vassalize them if I can't get to all the islands. That seems to be how we'll have to deal with that right now. But doesn't really matter at this stage. We are going to take these four provinces and also Asturias for claim fabrication reasons. So that works out just fine. Of course, the aggressive expansion is going to be a pain to deal with, but it will hopefully be fine. We'll just have to wait and see. Aragon and Portugal entered a military coalition, and with that we have a coalition of, well, quite a bit of nations here. Castile too. So potentially I have to be peaceful with Naples, with Wallachia, with Poland, with Venice, get them out of the coalition, and then attack. That seems to be what I'll have to focus or do right now. We will annex Georgia, though. That is more or less the only, well, I guess, exception to the plan to some degree. So I'll just start the annexation right away, because we definitely need to go north there, and also I think putting some pressure in that area could potentially force everyone, or get everyone else to leave the coalition. That's at least what I'm hoping, but I could be hilariously wrong. We'll just have to wait and see. But however, we'll allow every court to finish and be a little bit quiet while that happens. We'll see how it goes. Georgia has been integrated, and with that we can now start to plan a northern expansion towards Muscovy. We do need to block them. Golden Horde and Kazan seem to still be running pretty nicely themselves. That shouldn't be too much of an issue per se. They're allied with Saporsi, Uzbek, and the Timurids. The Timurids could be an issue here, but again, I don't expect them to be. We will be fabricating claims on the Golden Horde lands. We could also go after Crimea instead, potentially, but I think going through the Golden Horde is probably the easiest thing to do. And we can potentially take a lot of provinces here that are our religion, which would make things a little bit easier. So I guess we'll be fabricating a claim and potentially preparing a war over here. Again, that should potentially, I do say potentially a lot, that will probably give, or have someone leave the coalition. We have some peasants here that we also need to deal with, but I don't really want to. What we'll probably do is get all the mercenary armies over to our own lands, use them to deal with the rebels, and then attack and then go for an attack on the Golden Horde. That is my plan. If it works, it's more or less another story entirely, but we'll see how it goes. We got a stability drop here right before we actually got the course done, which is a little bit annoying. We also get this one. So, right before we're almost done with what will bring us below the negative zone, I guess I should call it, we get a ton of bad events, which is not good at all. I think also my... yeah, the heir here is old enough to start playing around with soldiers. So we're going to put him in charge, and hopefully have him die. We need a better one, really. And there we go. 2 of the provinces have been cored. With that, we no longer have a crippling overextension issue, which is good. And also, I think I should probably go ahead and improve relations with Bosnia as well. Getting Bosnia and Serbia integrated is probably a... well, it's not important, but it is prioritized right now. And with that said, we will probably also use this. This is a pure mercenary-based army, and we'll probably use that to deal with the Golden Horde. Goal here will be to take, I think, this province, these 3 provinces right here, Circassia, Manik, this one right here, potentially these 2 too, but we'll see. Yeah, war with Crimea and Archiconium, and also Karakon unite in Kazan, so they have some wars to worry about. Again, we need to kind of discover this area here before we can make any moves into it, so we are limited with choices here, as we are with the current coalition issue, which is a little bit annoying, but I think I can win that against this coalition, but it would make a war very, very annoying. So for the time being, we'll just wait and see if it will solve itself or not. Potentially what I might have to do here with Portugal, which is potentially, again, even a hilariously worse idea, is to fabricate a claim on an English province, declare war on them, and make something work from there. It could work with the fact that Austria is currently losing against the Pope, of all people. So Austria out of the equation, Venice, not really that dangerous, could most likely just have them concede defeat, or just ignore them for that matter. And if I then declare on Portugal, I will be most likely getting these 3 provinces of them, again making them far weaker, and potentially then vassalizing them in the next war if I can drag them into a war with England again. So England might be my well, safety net here to some degree. I'm a little bit unsure if I can find a safety net that I can use with Castille. I don't think I have any. Brittany could be one, but I don't see how I can declare war on them without getting a casus belli from somewhere else. Burgundy could be also, but again, I need to figure out a casus belli from somewhere else. Don't really have one. Burgundy don't have any allies to speak of as well, so I think I might have to go for a war without a casus belli if I want to do that. Also, my army here did manage to beat the rebels. The rebels had about 1,000 men left, and then these guys kicked their ass. So that is hilarious. But we are going to declare war here on the Golden Horde, I think. I might actually just... that is Muscowy. That's definitely Muscowy. Wish I knew how the situation actually was up here. That would make things a lot easier. But, yeah. If I'm going to do my plan, I think we're going to wait a little bit longer with Muscovy. Again, it's kind of a bad idea, but if Muscovy starts to colonize and I snatch their colonies, that would more or less solve my issue again. But I definitely want to stop these colonizers. These are my... this is my biggest concern. Portugal. And they gave me a casus belli, but I can't use it because of the coalition setup. Anyways, they are at war with France, are they? Aragon, Urbino, Provence, and Portugal. Wow. That's got to suck. Who are Aragon allied with? Provence, Portugal, Mantua, Urbino. Huh. This could be interesting. I might use Aragon then. Attacking Mantua. Out of the question. Attacking Urbino. Potentially. Provence, kind of out of the question, but all of these are definitely potentially a good way of dragging Aragon and then Portugal into war. So there are ways around my my plan here. But for now, we'll see if we can drag Portugal into another war through a... wow, Serbia don't really like me at all. guess we have some annexed vassal aggressive expansion issues, of course. But that should be fine. I think we are going to use England here as our scapegoat, and hopefully get the Portuguese into the war through that. We'll see if I can pull it off or not. It's definitely interesting. So we are going to take a chance. Of course, Austria could come and kick my ass. Same with Venice, but I am going to declare war on England here, with the goal of hopefully dragging Portugal into it. I'll probably go for a white piece or something down the line if this fails, but it didn't. So that's good. It means that I can get 3 of the provinces. I can also check how far I am away from a potential, well, peaceful vassalize. I'm probably bounds and leagues away, but it's not anything that we need to worry about, I think. And also, the fact that Münster joined in. Well, Austria didn't join in, so that's good. Getting my way up there without the English notifying me. If I had exploration ideas, then I could probably pull it off. Without them, impossible. So we're just going to siege the Portuguese lands here. And we're going to check just how far away from a vassalization we are. We're not that far away. So taking Porto, Bragança, and Beira will probably allow me to vassalize them in a future war. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, the big question is, shall I dare to send my fleet up to northern, well, end here? I am planning more or less to, how should I put this? I'm planning to drag Castille into a war with Brittany. And the way I'm going to get myself into war with Brittany is by justifying a trade conflict. I basically just need to get... I'm building ships right now, by the way. And I basically just need to get those ships into said area, and that should solve any issues that I have with the trade conflict. Basically just have them in Bordeaux node. But I kind of do that after the war with Portugal, because if I do not, then I'm definitely screwed. Or rather, the English will massacre my navy. But I don't have a good way of getting to England. France will actually grant me military access, so I can use that, and then we'll probably use that as soon as we're done with the war with Portugal. And taking these 2 should allow me at least a white piece, which is good. Are England currently in war with Burgundy, Brittany, Castile, Navarra? Yeah, they're actually sieging this area. That's interesting. Anyways, I'll probably use then the French to my advantage. We're going to move our troops to England here, and we'll probably make some moves from there. But first, we have to allow the siege against Portugal to end. While I'm at that, I kind of allowed myself to go on a tangent here. Time is up. We're going to continue next time. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and hopefully I can get rid of Portugal next time. Bye.